What's going on, WWE fans? You're watching The Ring Report, where the wrestling never stops. Subscribe, hit the bell, and let's break it down. WWE Raw took a dark and unpredictable turn last night when chaos quietly spread backstage, driven by one man and one message. Jon Moxley didn't arrive with fireworks or theatrics. Instead, he delivered something far more unsettling, a warning aimed at the entire WWE roster. The tension was immediate, spreading through the locker room as word traveled from one corner of the arena to the next. This wasn't a challenge directed at a single superstar. It was a declaration of intent. No alliances, no exceptions, just inevitability. Those who witnessed the moment say Raw's atmosphere shifted completely, as if everyone suddenly realized the ground beneath them was no longer stable. By the end of the night, it was clear that Raw would never feel the same again. A message meant for everyone. Jon Moxley didn't single anyone out, and that was the most dangerous part. His message backstage was clear and deliberate. No one was safe. According to multiple sources, Moxley warned that the locker room should be on high alert because he wasn't targeting one rival or chasing one opportunity. He was coming for everyone. That statement alone sent a ripple of unease through the roster. Superstars who usually feel secure in their positions suddenly found themselves questioning what comes next. The lack of specificity made the threat heavier. When there's no obvious target, paranoia fills the gaps. Moxley wasn't demanding attention. He was claiming territory. And by addressing the entire roster, he positioned himself as an unavoidable force, rather than just another returning name. The backstage atmosphere shifts. The energy backstage reportedly changed the moment Moxley began moving throughout theater. Conversations slowed, laughter stopped. Even veterans who've seen everything grew noticeably cautious. This wasn't panic, but it wasn't calm either. It was anticipation mixed with unease. Moxley's presence alone seemed to raise the temperature, making every hallway feel tighter and every interaction more loaded. Crew members noticed how talent became more alert, watching corners and listening closely for updates. It felt like the calm before a storm that no one could predict. Raw has always thrived on intensity, but this felt different. This wasn't storyline tension created for the cameras. It was the kind of atmosphere that feels real, where everyone senses that one wrong moment could set everything off. No alliances, no safety nets. One of the most striking elements of Moxley's warning was his outright dismissal of alliances. He reportedly made it clear that friendships, factions, and partnerships would offer no protection. In a locker room where numbers often determine survival, that statement landed hard. Alliances are the backbone of strategy in WWE, but Moxley's words challenged that entire structure. If no one is safe, then no one can hide behind backup. This immediately raised questions about how superstars might respond. Do they band together defensively, or do they distance themselves to avoid becoming targets? Moxley's stance effectively destabilized the social order backstage. He wasn't just threatening individuals. He was undermining the system itself. That level of disruption is rare, and it forces everyone to rethink how they operate, moving forward. Rumors begin to spread. As the night progressed, speculation exploded behind the scenes. With no confirmed target, rumors filled the vacuum. Some believed Moxley would go after top champions to make a statement. Others thought he might dismantle rising stars to prove dominance. Every theory carried weight because none could be disproven. That uncertainty became part of the chaos. Wrestlers were said to be quietly asking producers and officials for clarity, but no answers came. The silence only fueled the speculation further. This kind of uncertainty is dangerous in a competitive environment like WWE. When everyone thinks they could be next, trust erodes quickly. Moxley didn't need to throw a punch to cause disruption. The rumors alone were enough to fracture confidence and heighten tension throughout the entire brand. The walk that said everything. Witnesses noted that Moxley's movements backstage were slow and deliberate, as if every step carried intention. He wasn't rushing. He wasn't avoiding anyone. He walked with purpose, fully aware of the attention he was drawing. That confidence sent a powerful message on its own. This wasn't a man testing the waters. This was someone completely comfortable in the chaos he was creating. People reportedly moved out of his path instinctively, not out of fear, but out of respect for what he represents. Moxley didn't need to repeat his warning. His presence reinforced it. Every glance, every pause, every silent moment added to the pressure. It was a reminder that unpredictability can be more intimidating than outright aggression. Veterans recognize the danger. Several seasoned talents reportedly recognize the significance of the moment immediately. They've seen returns before. They've heard threats before. But this felt different. Moxley wasn't chasing nostalgia or a quick spotlight. His message suggested long-term disruption. Veterans understand how dangerous that mindset can be, especially when paired with experience and credibility. They know that when someone isn't playing favorites and isn't seeking approval, outcomes become harder to control. This recognition spread quietly, with subtle warnings exchanged backstage. No one wanted to escalate the situation prematurely. At the same time, no one wanted to be unprepared. That balance between caution and readiness defined the locker room's reaction for the rest of the night. The brand feels the impact. By the final segment of Raw, the impact of Moxley's return was unmistakable. Even without a match or physical confrontation, the brand itself felt altered. Raw thrives on structure, rivalries, and planned trajectories. Moxley's message challenged all of that. When one individual declares war on the entire roster, it forces creative, talent, and management alike to adapt. The show didn't end with closure. It ended with uncertainty. Fans could sense it, even if they didn't see the backstage moment directly. That lingering tension is powerful. It keeps attention locked in and expectations high. Raw didn't just feature chaos last night, it absorbed it. What this means for the locker room. Moving forward, the locker room dynamic is unlikely to return to normal anytime soon. Trust has been shaken and confidence tested. Superstars now have to consider not only their current rivalries, but also the possibility of Moxley inserting himself at any moment. That changes how people prepare, how they align, and how they react. Some may try to confront the threat head-on. Others may attempt to stay out of sight. Either way, the balance has shifted. Moxley's warning wasn't about immediate violence. It was about psychological pressure. And in a competitive environment, that pressure can be just as damaging. The roster now operates under a cloud of unpredictability, and that alone reshapes Raw's future. Chaos has officially returned. By the end of the night, one truth was undeniable. Chaos is no longer a possibility, it's a presence. Jon Moxley didn't need to dominate airtime to dominate attention. His message, delivered backstage, echoed louder than any entrance theme. Raw will move forward, matches will continue, and storylines will evolve, but everything now exists under the shadow of his warning. No favorites, no safety, no escape. Whether his first move comes sooner or later, the damage is already done. The locker room knows it. The atmosphere reflects it. Raw has entered a new phase, one defined not by predictability but by tension. And once chaos takes hold, it rarely lets go quietly.